From the studios of 98.9 on your FM dial in the Federation of St. Christopher and Nevis, we say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you in whatever time zone you are around the world. Welcome to another episode of Voices. My name is Socrates, host of today's program. And we're going to go downtown, as I would say, to give credit to our sponsors, without whom this program would not be possible. And when we return, we get into the meat of today, a little chit-chat, a little social discourse about the various topics and issues affecting our people within and without the Federation. So we go downtown and back.
Magnum, my brand. Everybody put your Magnum in the air now. From you a drink Magnum, make me see. Take charge of things now your place now. From the river to the beach to the street. Hot Magnum when me have in a me hand there. Give her a sipper, she tell me sweet. Look for me watch for your quick time check. Yeah. Right now a Magnum for your beat. Enjoy yourself every day of the week with a Magnum. My life I forget sweeter. Must be 18 years and older to drink. Drink responsibly.
What has you so happy?
My home internet just got upgraded, and I didn't even have to pay for it.
What? Which network you have?
Flow! Now I can get the fastest fiber internet in St. Kitts and Nevis for the lowest price.
Fastest internet for the lowest price? What's the catch?
No catch, my friend. 100 megabits per second for just $135 a month. With Flow, you truly get the best internet experience around.
Switch to Flow for the fastest fiber internet at the lowest price. Visit a Flow store today. Conditions apply.
If you need protection, you need one who you can trust. To secure your investment, you need one who'll do you just. TDC Insurance, you're the one that you can trust. TDC Insurance, you're always safe with us.
TDC Insurance is your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully satisfied. TDC Insurance, we take good care of you, guaranteeing you peace of mind.
You're always safe with us.
Welcome back to our viewers and our listeners. I'd like to start with salutations. The regular crew who normally are logged on and, engages in the comments via WhatsApp, etc. There's a certain Rosemary Donald up there in New York, one of our more ardent listeners. There's Miss Richards over there in Atlanta. There's Amber, of course, over in Anguilla. Peter Williams in Antigua. Mr. Valentine Monish. Mr. Bridges, Alfonso Bridges Waters, and there are many folks who tune in to see what's going on in St. Kitts. Example, Mr. Chris Collins up there in Sheffield in the UK, claiming that Sheffield is the best place in the UK to live. I don't know if you have anything to do with the cuisine there, but my good friend is really the person who loves the cuisine, and so that might be one of the attractions to him. Good morning to one and all. Welcome to another presentation of Voices. I thought I had some guests booked for this morning. Apparently, the old grey matter is not, working as usual, so I'm left on my lonesome today. And there's a song that comes to mind, Lonely, I am so lonely. But here's what. If the camels were to pan on the table here, and you were to see the decor, is all about Christmas. I've got chestnuts and mistletoe and teacups and stuff here, and it smacks of Christmas. Many might be feeling a bit nostalgic for the days when we enjoyed what we call the Christmas sports. And you traveled from overseas to come home to be with family, to get your ham and your turkey and your cake and your different things, and you hear the string band. Back in the day, we had what we called Sagwa, nigger business, and those were really something that we look forward to. It's November 15th. In TNT, you have Parang. saluting the time of year. And of course, my boy Crazy is one of the bigger aficionado of the Parang culture. Here in St. Kitts, we look forward to the big drum, the Makajumbies, the Giant Despair. Those who were just expert at street theater. And the origin of that goes back to post-emancipation, when we celebrated, of course, we were a people indoctrinated into this new religion. We observe the 25th of December as being the birth of Christmas, of Christ, and we celebrate it. And there came a time when the carnival or the festivities took on a different nature. And there were issues with the established churches about not really observing the birth of Christ, and you had carnival, it was a pagan tradition, and all that. But as time marched on, it was more accepted, and so we do still celebrate Christmas by observing the 25th as a holy day, the birth of Christ, as is celebrated throughout Christendom, or most of Christendom, as I would say. And after that, it's all hell break loose. You have folks who go to church during that night and then go straight to the streets, Juve and Bacchanal and this carnival. So we're approaching that time of the year. There are a number of fringe activities or other events related to the culmination of carnival. And as I said to people, we in St. Kitts Nevis ends the old year with a bang, starts the new year with a bang, because we celebrate our carnival in December, and of course, I think it's the 2nd or 3rd of January we have Juve and Last Lap, so we end the old year with a bang and start the new year with a big bang. So we are poised a better position for that than any other person or country in the region. What aids that to a very large extent, and is somewhat overlooked, is the support from the sponsorship is very important. One example is the Calypso and Queen pageant. Those are two of the major sellers of carnival in terms of events. And the street activities, well, those are paying events. The Calypso competition, the Queen pageant, those are paid events where you buy your tickets, you pay, and you go in and you enjoy yourselves. Normally at the end of the Calypso show, you hear the old chorus, they cheat. The same thing applies at the Queen competition. But then all the street activities, the Juve, the band competition, the kiddies parade, the doll parades, all that, the folklore, etc., that's normally paid. The street theaters back in the day, what we call the sports, they were actually paid by people throwing coins at them or giving them money for performances. Some of the upper echelon would have them perform in the streets and they would throw down coins from the balconies. Other poor persons who grew up with that part of activity as part of the culture, who traveled overseas, when they came back, they were happy to contribute to the purses of those performers. In later years now, the Carnival Committee has taken on that responsibility to a large extent. And so some shows, even if they're able to pay for themselves, when you have to incorporate paying the bowls, the mokajumbis, the other street activities, it comes from those 1 or 2 or 3 paid events. And so it is fundamentally crucial that these events are sponsored. In my experience, the Legends Calypso tent is one that depended largely on sponsorship. Over the years, that has shrunk. I have 2 main sponsors that have been me for the past 23 years, and I'm very grateful to them, realizing how important it is, because without the sponsorship, you don't have a dog in the fight. And so for all the other activities that depend on sponsorship, I want to say from where I'm sitting, thank you, the corporate sponsors, for your contribution to the support and development of our National Carnival product. For those who fly in from overseas to be here with us during this time of year, and you sit and you enjoy the fabulous presentations put on by, say, the Queen contestants, those are highly sponsored. And of course, you hear the names being mentioned, sponsored by this, sponsored by that, is so very important for the corporate partners to give back to the country, the development, because entertainment and carnival is a very, very crucial part of our psyche. You would hear it said, all work and no play, how that results. So we have to play. Whether it's Juve morning where you're dressed up in all kind of unsavory things and people come up to gape or applause is part of what we do. Stemming back to the celebrations that came from the 1834. We got a phone call? Okay. Let's see what this caller have to add to the program. Good morning, caller. Welcome to Voices. Did I hear a tone? Did we lose a caller? Given a chance, please call back and let's continue the conversation or introduce a new topic. It's called Voices. Okay, caller, you're back. Good morning. Welcome to Voices.
Good morning, the King.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Not bad for an old man.
Is there a specific topic or is it an open mic?
It's open mic. You're free to go.
All right. The King, I want to say good morning to all listening to my voice.
Hello there. Okay, we may have had a technical glitch. So given a chance, please call back. We would love to hear what you have to say. So yes, we continue with my little chit chats, and of course the lines are open for anyone that want to make a contribution. Is 662-0989, 762-0989, 466, and call you back. Hello?
Yes, the King, did I get cut off?
No, nobody cut anyone off. I don't know why, what happened, but we just dropped out.
Okay, glad to be back in.
All right.
No, I was saying that I am on a journey, and I've come to realize that I learn and unlearn, and I will learn. And I come to also realize that the more I learn, I need to learn. And I've come to realize, the King, that every human being we know was created by human beings. So let's stop somebody's fake out. Sorry, the King. Permit me to read a little paragraph to the listening public. Okay?
Go ahead, sir.
Every human being we know was created by human beings. So let's stop somebody's fake out. You want to look and create and treat God like God is God? Look in the mirror. There is nothing you know about God didn't come from the mind of a man and a woman. Nothing. It's scary because it becomes more comfortable to give it away to some external esoteric essence that does not have to take responsibility for anything. Somebody defeated us military and then decide to tell us who we are and who we are not. And to the degree we don't know who we are, we buy into the who we are not, and everybody take a piece of our story and make it theirs, their story, and tell us we have no story. The King, these are the words of an African-American professor by the name of Professor James Small. And I followed him on social media. I also approve this little quote that I just read.
Okay.
We have to be conscious, the King. And the consciousness that we need to know who we are can only come from within. We adapt to things that was given to us by another race. And we cannot find our deliverance from looking within ourselves to know who we are. because we have converted. We also need to ask ourselves some profound questions, the King. And if we don't have a sense of wonder to question the system, we might as well declare ourselves as a living dead person. And I mean no disrespect. Now, the King, there are a lot of things that we gravitate to in the book. Now, I want to just bring something quickly to the listening ears when I think Paul was speaking to the Galatians, and he said, "O foolish Galatians, who have bewitched you to turn away from the truth that you knew?" I am saying to us, the King, "O foolish Africans, who have bewitched us to turn away from what we knew?" We had everything before we were colonized, and when the scripture says we have turned and forsaken what we first had, it is speaking to us. Because if civilization began on in the Nile River or the Garden of Eden, then surely it must have begun with us, the King. So we have turned away from who we are, and we have converted to a system of governance, our government that they give us in a book and gave us a linguistic in a name called God. We had something that we were in harmony with before we were colonized and enslaved. And it was not, we didn't, in the African language, in the African linguistic, it was not referred to as God. Africans was in harmony with nature, the laws of nature, the kings, that is set in the standard in the totality of creation. Are you following me, the King?
I'm following you.
So let us look within ourselves. And my cry is for the only how we can gain who we are, who we were, and where we're supposed to be is to unite and become knowledgeable of our ancestors, the power that was, and the power that is in all of us. We have that ability to be, but we have converted, and the enemy is keeping us just where they have us. We have to go in the inside consciousness, deep that is within us, the King.
Okay, sir.
And thank you for hearing.
Thank you for your contribution. I think we're at the point where we do have to acknowledge the sponsors once again. It should be like every 15 minutes, and we are now some 90 minutes past 11 o'clock, so we go downtown once more, and we gave credit to our invaluable sponsors.
What has you so happy?
My home internet just got upgraded, and I didn't even have to pay for it.
What? Which network you have?
Flow! Now I can get the fastest fiber internet in St. Kitts and Nevis for the lowest price.
Fastest internet for the lowest price? What's the catch?
No catch, my friend. 100 megabits per second for just $135 a month. With Flow, you truly get the best internet experience around.
Switch to Flow for the fastest fiber internet at the lowest price. Visit a Flow store today. Conditions apply.
Let TDC Financial Services help you go for your goals. Whether you're thinking of taking that grand vacation, down payment on a house, higher education, TDC Financial Services has various plans that will allow you to go for your goals. Choose from the Accumulator Plus, Investment Starter Plan, and Fixed Deposit. Ready to go for your goals? Visit us at TDC Financial Services, where money is made easy.
Feel the magic happening.
Campari.
Taste. Something incredible happens when Campari is mixed just right. Like Campari and orange juice poured over ice. Taste it. Try it tonight. Bitter, sweeter, better. Campari. Must be 18 years and older. Drink responsibly.
To our viewers, to our listeners, welcome back to Voices. And we go straight to the phone lines. Good day, caller. You're live on the program.
Hi, good morning, the King.
Good morning, sir.
And how are you today?
I'm splendid.
You were supposed to have a guest?
I thought so. It's for the 22nd. I'm just out of it. Late nights, early mornings, you know what it is. I'm not as young as I used to be, so.
I know.
So we have a good thing going.
And you juggle
I've been
within
juggling.
the studio and your work details, you know. Sometimes it's few and far between, but
it happens.
We appreciate when you get an opportunity to come to the studio.
Thank you so very much.
After all, because there are contributions to be made by all. Can I have permission to speak?
Most certainly.
I want to touch on what the season that you are referring to, in the sense that a lot of the essence has been taken out of it. We as kids growing up, it was fun. But now we come to realize that the traditions, the customs.
Which particular season are you referring to, sir?
The Christmas/Carnival season.
Okay.
If I can give it that chronological order.
Definitely. Go ahead.
Yes. And when it comes to the folklore troops that remain with us, and even the Juve, we need to really concentrate on the essence in the origin of what these folklore troops would have meant to us. Some of them has probably lost their savor. Like I said, the salt of the earth, the salt loses savor. It is of no good. So we need to bring back that savor, that flavor, that essence to the meaning of, for instance, the bull and the mock jumbie. So we can pass it on to the next generation. And we who have observed it, grew up in it, would have given definition to it.
Okay.
With helping to rewrite our story. It's not just a fun thing, especially the Juve. Because I want to think that the Juve has its origin, and you can see the examples from island to island. You did mention Trinidad earlier, and you would say what? You would say Trinidad was considered to be the Mecca in the Caribbean. But where did Trinidad get it from? One would say Brazil, because Brazil is a part of the Americas, and their festivities is enormous, right?
One of the biggest in the world.
Right,
if not.
And persons look forward to that. But where did all of that? I might add, Brazil is the biggest African diaspora outside.
That is correct. That is correct.
Especially like Nigeria, but the continent as a whole. So where did all of that fun and frolic, if you want to add that, but where are the meanings, the esoteric meanings? Where are the esoteric symbols? Where did they came from? That is my point of focus. We must give definition. We must write the story. We must pass it on. It must be in the annals, in the archives of our history. It must.
We're on the same page with our thinking.
As we have observed it for all these years, there are concerted efforts. Some persons who would have recorded it in small, minute details, but we need a full compilement. We need it. We need it.
Okay.
And so I just wish to just shut that in, mainly on the carnival and the folklore troupe. I can talk about the Christmas origin also, but that might have to take a sit down at the studio for me to dispense some of the information.
Sounds good to me.
We are called to be responsible people, and this is a part of my responsibility. I make no bones about it. I have taken on this responsibility very, very seriously. And anyone come to do and say otherwise, I'm not the corrector. But when I sleep at night and wake up with these downloads, I'm tempted to wake up to this, type them in my phone and save them. But my mind has the capacity to hold them and store them until I fully wake up.
Okay.
And then I just rabble-rouse with them in my mind before I could present them. Thanks for listening.
Thank you so very much for that. I want to make 2 points before I continue on my rambling. I was appraised of a conversation that took place about a week ago where a friend of mine was trying to get folks to listen to this program. And based on what she reported to me, the person said they no longer listen to voices because it's all about Africa, and they're tired of it. And it can be looked at both ways. Now, my response to that person would be, the program is called Voices. And you also have the opportunity to add to the debate. Some people would criticize, I don't want to hear this, but others want to hear what you have to say. So I would encourage anyone, if you have a topic of which you want to share, please feel free to call. If you're tired of the old topic all the time, make a contribution. Let's see what this caller have to add. Caller, are you there? Good, the caller. So, are you there, caller?
Socrates?
Good morning. How about thou?
Oh, I am blessed and highly favored.
You talking my
God has
language?
been good to me. I can't complain.
There you go.
I can't complain, and I'm not looking for the next one.
I hear you. Welcome once again to Voices.
Yeah, you know, as you always say, if you got a good woman, you don't want to look for the next one.
I agree with you 100%.
You satisfied?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm satisfied with my God.
Hold on to your bag of sugar.
Yeah, man, for life, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be there after.
There you go.
I have a good present and a better future. Now, good morning, Journey. Now, let me say something about the carnival.
Please.
I know you're into the arts, right? Let me start with the often, as I perceive it, sometimes lack of creativity in some of the topics, especially by the bands.
The selections?
Lack of creativity and the thing of women.
The thing of women?
I don't understand. You have all year to compose your song.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing that women go for bend down, push back, throw back.
The songs them? Yeah.
Cock up.
The tasteless.
I mean, what we don't understand, we are creating a very low esteem of females. And that is picked up by the band leaders, the carnival troop leaders. They say I must stay home. Now,
go ahead.
they say if you don't like the vulgarity, stay home.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I am saying what we have done to our females. We have totally degraded them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to say, oh, well, in Africa, in Africa, it wasn't so, you know. It wasn't, they couldn't walk on and spread off in front of everybody.
Especially in the Muslim
faith.
faith.
In the tribe, they couldn't walk and touch upon another. You know that, right?
Of course.
You couldn't go and walk upon the woman in the tribe, you want somebody to kill you. But our band leaders lack creativity. I mean, they have totally undressed several females. Undressed. So all they good for when they don't undress them, spread out, cock up, push back. You want to tell me all of these bands
They're the same
find
thing.
another topic? The beat change, but the subject don't change. I must give the Calypsonian a little credit, because at least they don't bend up and, you know what I mean? Some of them do, you know.
I know that.
I mean, it is sickening.
I turn my radio off, or it's from my phone, I just delete it. I delete that kind of music from my phone. Or I turn my radio off, I don't listen to it.
And I tell you, I hear another one say, I'm old and proud, 75.
It's about self-respect.
When somebody touches something, go say, God, thank you, Jesus. I mean, really, and they're getting worse and worse, and they feel they're getting better. Eh?
Do you
and
recall?
we talk about the colonial, this and that. We are entertaining them who often hold the same opinion of you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you recall the incident in New York?
Which one?
The Labor Day carnival, when this lady went to walk upon the police.
I've seen pictures of stuff like that, yeah.
And the remark he made was that the cannibal or whatever, you know, the animals them.
Wow.
So while we're complaining, we are facilitating it.
To a very large extent.
God.
I watched a video last night. Let me add this. I watched a video about maybe 2 o'clock this morning. It was sent on a social platform. And there's an artist, his name is Pumper. I know him from the VI.
Oh, yeah, I heard his name, yeah.
And I think his roots are in St. Kitts. And the video he put out is called The A-List. It's all about women bending over, walking up, cracking, exporting themselves. I'm thinking, and I deleted it. I deleted it.
I'm telling you what, you see.
If that's the extent of the contribution to culture and development, you're starting with 0.
I mean, you talk about deterioration. Then we say we got the African culture and with it. How are we behaving? So when you have the young ladies in the G-string, you know, you see, if he was a Muslim country, all would have been dead, eh?
I know.
They would have been dead.
There was a big debate about a display on the Newtown Boulevard. We had all those ladies doing their thing. Many found it distasteful. Others thought it was okay, nothing wrong with it. But I recall the days when mothers would take their families to the beach and the mother would have on her pants or towel wrapped around her. And people criticize, oh, why people do this? No, we're not like them. We respect our family. That mother is respecting her children by example.
You know the Brazil thing, right? Because when I used to watch videos.
Mm-hmm.
And they would even tell you that these people come from the ghettos, poor poverty women. They don't think it's anything. You know, the people that don't think much of them, these are the same sort of people who the police will shoot down anytime they want to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they look forward to getting some attention because if you're not getting any social attention, then you look for it another way. But St. Kitts is a small place. So when you're done flat out and spread off, and you are progressing maybe on your job.
You're stigmatized.
And somebody come and slap your picture on the internet. You remember what happened to the first black American
Miss
America?
Yeah. Vanessa Williams, yes.
Yes.
Sparrow sang about her.
So when,
it was a big thing.
They're carrying on and, everybody, and well, let me send a warning to my grandchildren. I don't know if they're in it, but you better don't go, they're going to spread off in them. Others are going to pray the Lord, keep it down there. I mean, seriously, at the Ministry of Creative Arts, if you want to think, put up a pants or something over it, or put it over the pants, you know what I mean? They have degraded about females. I mean, every time I hear the song and Mr. Stay at Home.
There are some female who allow that to happen to them and celebrate it, take pictures and repost it around the globe. So we have to look at that aspect
you
also.
You never know what you're doing to people's future, you know.
And then your kids are going to go out to see that.
Our young people, they're not thinking about your future. You come permanent secretary, and the next morning to the permanent secretary. How are you going to live it down? And then people are very malicious too. If you think you're going to just stay here, you make a mistake. So I'm calling upon these band leaders. Please ask God to give some creativity. They don't have to dress like Muslim. But for heaven's sake, try and increase the dignity. We have destroyed the dignity of our females.
You've
I remember
also
in Barbados, right? I think in 2016 it was in Barbados. And this bold lady, everybody have on the cannibal thing. This one, she practically naked. And the amount of things she got, she felt so bad, but she didn't have a skirt. So say, you know how some of them just put on things on the body and paint the body. You paint your body today and live to regret it. You could always say, I'm old. I am proud to be old. But I am begging all of these band leaders and all these big bands, Pumpa included. Because you see, what they want for the ordinary people, they don't want for the family.
For the children.
I bet you they don't want the daughter all over the world, like Bulldog.
Correct.
Bulldog and the female dog. They wouldn't want it. And if our women have any sense of dignity, you are doing it to yourself. And we are there complimenting it. So all of the preachers who go up to pray for the carnival, you better pray against that. So while those of us, now what are you going to teach your children?
There are
What you gonna teach
some
your children?
people, some parents even, mothers even, who say there's nothing wrong with that. And you can't tell women in the 21st century how to dress because this and because that. Well, my thing is, dress the way,
century, you know?
dress the way you wish.
Life in it, you know?
Mhm.
All right. If you think that life end at the 21st century.
There's a time.
And not enough men speaking up. Not enough men speaking up, and then they say, well, I don't want them for a wife.
That happens.
So strangers come in, they're married to the Guyanese, the Jamaican, because they already see all that you have. It's like you're going in the store, man, I don't see that already. You walk all the store looking for something different.
I see you window shopping now.
And then we complain how they're getting this woman from the mosque. They already see all what you're selling. They don't sample them. People who you don't even talk to. I used to go and watch the carnival, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some of them take a liberty. Even some of the what we call the middle and the upper class, walking upon women who they wouldn't even tell good morning. You know, sit in the band.
Certain activities are kind of allowed during carnival, but still, you must have that modicum of self-respect. At the end of the day,
decency.
yes.
Lord have mercy. So anyway, I'm going to take AU's thing, but I can't see now, so. But if I could have see.
All right.
But I know what's going on. They can't know what a dressing look like.
Okay.
I am saying, all of you who call the name of God, you could stay home while you home pray. While you home pray, because somebody has got to pray us out of the situation. Somebody has got to do it. And it don't make no sense you cannot. Talking about it,
okay.
as you say, Socrates, you have an opinion, come on the radio and talk.
Yes.
But some people, they oh no, I don't want nobody hear me.
Yeah, because they criticize people make contribution, but they're not making any.
Well, that's what I'm telling you. The Bible says, how shall they hear unless somebody tell them?
All right.
And you might say, it might be your own daughter, she might leave home in other clothes, you know. And somebody send you a video. The damage has been done.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope my granddaughter's hearing me. They must be grumbling now. Please do not go out there and degrade yourself. Your grandmother will pray that the Lord will make you the head and not the tail, above and not below, and make you mighty in the land. So while I'm praying for you to come mighty in the land, you can't be out there acting like a dog in heat. All right then.
Thank you for that contribution. I would say to young women, I'll even extend it to the young men, dress the way that you wish to be addressed. You see, uniform person, a nurse, a police officer, even the male person delivering, they are identified as such. Let's take this caller. Good day, caller. Welcome to the program.
Greetings, Kingston.
Good day to you, Honorable. Good to hear your voice.
Thanks for taking our call.
Much welcome.
Okay, we want to continue with our family stuff. We want to encourage the sister and them to keep their virginity as long as possible in this sexual zombies world that we are in. Sex is a sacred act. And we want to tell the family now, talking about pass and pray. That will be hypocritical, because the church have caused the error that they made. The church has caused most of Earth inhabitants to be sexual zombies by saying marriage before sex, because sex is marriage. That is the original marriage bond. The church took that away and erroneously saying marriage before sex. So therefore, they took sex from the pinnacle. It ought to be on. I want to replace it with a ring, and I do, and kiss the bride. It's a fraud. That is why most of our women is not seeing the superbity of their bodies. They are advertising because sex is no more on the pinnacle where it were. So, family, the church have to correct that error before praying for our young girls.
Got your point.
Once again, we want to implore our sisters to keep their virginity as long as possible. Blessed love.
Thank you for the contribution. Yes, we do at this point have to honor sponsors once again, and we'll be right back.
It's the season 2 at Color to Your Home with Berger Paints. Get ready to deck the halls with 20% off Berger 303 and Everglow. Plus, purchase any Berger product and get a chance to win US $1,000 grocery shopping spree just in time for Christmas. Visit any Berger hardware partner today. Offer ends December 31st. Prize draws on December 15th. Terms and conditions apply.
different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Magnum, my brand. Everybody put your Magnum in the air now. From you a drink Magnum, make me see. Take charge of things now your place now. From the river to the beach to the street. Hot Magnum when me have in a me hand there. He are a sipper, she tell me sweet. Look for me watch for your quick time check. Yeah, yeah. Right now a Magnum a for your beat. Enjoy yourself every day of the week with a Magnum. My life I forget sweeter. Must be 18 years and older to drink. Drink responsibly.
What has you so happy?
My home internet just got upgraded, and I didn't even have to pay for it.
What? Which network you have?
Flow. Now I can get the fastest fiber internet in St. Kitts and Nevis for the lowest price.
Fastest internet for the lowest price? What's the catch?
No catch, my friend. 100 megabits per second for just $135 a month. With Flow, you truly get the best internet experience around.
Switch to Flow for the fastest fiber internet at the lowest price. Visit a Flow store today. Conditions apply.
50,000?
50,000?
$50,000? Win big with TDC. Win up to $50,000 cash in the TDC Mega Rewards Mega Raffle. To enter, you must be a Mega Rewards member or sign up to TDC Mega Rewards Loyalty Program. Shop at our TDC retail stores or online at shoptdcgroup.com to receive one entry for every $250 spent. Draws take place from July to November. Win $10,000 every month with your entry rolled over so you can win and win even more.
Yes, this is 50.
Terms and conditions apply.
Good day. Once again, welcome back to the program. And we go straight to the phone lines. Good day, caller. You're live on Voices. Hello, caller. You're live on Voices.
Yes, Socrates. Good morning.
Morning, how are you?
How are you, my brother?
I'm splendid.
I'm here the 10th. You're always sticking on time, boy. But Socrates,
Yep.
I want to strengthen the point where Sister Sylvine was just talking about.
Okay.
It's shameful, it's disgraceful, it's nasty. The carnival, the carnival them is worthless and they're just nasty. You don't tell me for what we have seen for the past 5 years. And we like it's a big thing and think it's carnival. We have young girls and elder ladies showing off your God give them just so. Man, we are trying to look properly in your costume. But police so they're not ashamed of themselves. All of them, government, everybody, worthless, disgraceful to this country. And them don't call it out for what it is. I mean, the days of Socrates, the days of Element, everybody waiting to see Element, not showing what God give you. And going in front of people right there, I sure with them nasty, worthless, no wonder we got prostitute country.
With children watching on.
This is them now.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your contribution. Here's the story. You're so right. There is the celebration that should not be a display of vulgarity. You can't call it anything different. And for those who say it's poetic license, it's just wrong. That's not the way we should celebrate our carnival, even Christmas. As a matter of fact, carnival represents the celebration of the emancipation of slavery. And that's supposed to be in August. That's why Antigua, Tortola, Anguilla, and some other island celebrate their carnival during that time. We have more of our Christmas celebration with carnival. And there are folks from the churches say that it's wrong because Christmas should be a season by itself. Carnival represents something different. So, as I said earlier, we celebrate the 25th as being Christ's birthday, a religious holiday, and then we go into our other activities. But for what we're discussing, and there are those who may say, well, there's nothing wrong with that, it's really vulgarity on display. And it should not be. But in a democracy, you do what you want. But it should not be what we should be remembered for. It was a major outcry last year, and there are those who supported it. A lot of men were happy to see it, blah, 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 blah. But then it comes down to our morality. Because our leaders, who has a responsibility, we have a minister of ecclesiastic affairs, etc., and they should weigh in on these things. But of course, nobody wants to touch anybody on these topics. Nobody wants to become unpopular. Last week, there was a same-sex marriage event on a popular beach on the Southeast Peninsula. I inquired. I actually was on the beach. I saw them creating the archway, decorating where the couple was supposed to be married to men. But I was told, no, they didn't get married here. They came to renew their vows. But then, again, where is the Minister of Ecclesiastic Affairs on these matters? We are normalizing these things in a so-called Christian society, and nobody want to talk about them. So while we'll see what's happening during the carnival parade, or women or whomever displayed in that way, as a matter of fact, years ago, there was a male character who was very vulgar in what he displayed during the Jubilee morning celebration, and people came down on him about that. So there's still that moral outrage, but it's now being normalized. So we're not just picking on the women. Anyone who displays that in the public under the guise of celebration of carnival or Christmas is just wrong. And the more you accept it, the more it becomes the norm. We go back to the phone lines. Good day, caller. You're live on Voices.
Yeah, the king, man. Good day, man. How are you?
I'm splendid. Yourself?
Good, man. Pretty good. And don't forget, right across the channel in Nevis, we celebrate during that time of the year too.
Yes, we do. We do. You know, when they have their cultural events, we go out to support that and vice versa. A lot of the artists take part in the National Carnival celebration. So it's not about St. Kitts alone. It's St. Kitts and Nevis. And they do the same.
Yeah, definitely. And they come over in drones to support.
Of course.
That I won't forget.
To be part of a celebration.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we strain, man. We strain away. And a lot of the fellas, man, we might like to see that stuff, but you know, like they say, a man ain't complete unless he have a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
But the fellas in them who have daughters, they might think differently about that position. You know what I'm saying?
We're all hypocrites when it comes to that.
Yeah, exactly. Because me, who have daughters myself, I certainly don't want my daughters to see that and act like that until maybe they come of their own age. You know what I mean?
That should not be a good example for them to follow.
Yes, exactly. And
you just see thousands of people around enjoying it and so on. They will feel encouraged and figure it's a norm, it's a good thing to do.
Yeah. What happened, man? We should use that time to showcase the country. You know what I mean? And we gotta keep our culture and our tradition alive. So our culture, our tradition, our food, music, and arts, everything like that should be on display. And push the positivity instead of the negativity.
I like that.
Everybody just can't be looking at St. Kitts and Nevis as, yo, we out there like that, man.
There have been outrage across the many islands when it comes to that level of display. I've seen it in Trinidad. I've seen the protests against some of the costumery up there. It's happening in St. Kitts, so it's not St. Kitts Nevis alone across the region.
Yeah, no, not at all. It's all over, but the other part to it, man, is like the other day, you know, I've heard a 15-year-old girl was raped and murdered and tossed in the bushes in Jamaica, and Jamaica has this serious problem with this type of stuff, like young girls being exposed to such vulgarity and the man them preying on them at a young age and stuff like that. Very stereotypical. So we are breeding that type of society. You know what I mean? And when the negatives and the repercussions, when the repercussions come out of such behavior, then we start crying. You know what I'm saying?
I would venture though. I would venture that what happened in Jamaica is sad, but it does happen in the U.S. and other parts of the globe. But in a small island, you know, they highlight it. As looking at Jamaica.
I'm not isolating one country or one place, but I'm just trying to highlight it. You know what I mean? I agree with you.
I appreciate that too.
Yeah. So we got to stay on the positive note, man, and push the culture, and you know that type of positivity.
The more we stay with the positive, as you're recommending, the better off, the better served we will be. But once you allow certain things to become the norm, certain negatives to become the norm, you go down a slippery slope from which you can never recover, because the younger generations will adopt that mindset. Unfortunately,
the damage is done. But we want to see St. Kitts and Nevis in the positive light out here in the international scene, man. You know what I mean? We're pushing tourism, so you know.
Well,
it is what it is, man.
There were those who were thinking that
notes,
there were those who were thinking that we should push sex tourism like in other countries. You know?
Yeah.
I recall some years ago.
Maybe
we don't need that. We do not need that. It will creep into our society on its own. But we do not need to give license to it.
No, we don't need that to survive. Otherwise, you know, by next year we should have 6 new beaches.
Is this called tourism?
Maybe the cruise tourism will hit that 1 million mark again, man. Come on, man.
Here's what.
Man. Come on, man.
Tourism has some very negative connotations. Whereas they're supposed to come and represent a culture that they respect and appreciate, we allow ourselves to cater to their basic needs, their basis needs, which is wrong.
Yeah, true that.
Which is wrong. Right?
But yeah, man, but just keep pushing the positive narrative, man, and you know.
We try.
We got to get back to the real meaning of culture and emancipation and
well said. Very well said.
All right, man. Yeah, enjoy your day, man.
Thank you so very much. Yes, We have any caller? Okay, we go to phone lines. Caller, you're live on Voices. We missed the caller. Yeah, St. Kitts and Nevis, we know a small unique way of life, lifestyle should not be invaded by foreign cultures because of a tourist dollar. Back to the phone lines, caller, you're live on Voices.
Yeah.
You're live on Voices.
Okay, greetings for all the kings, son. You know Trinidad have zero tolerance for that right now.
For what?
The same skimpy thing, skin out thing.
Okay.
That you know.
All right.
Yeah, right you know. And talking about that, you know, I was reminded that the nastiness what we see here upon the streets in the jail with the littering, it used to go on in the U.S. Virgin Islands. And the administration, they do the right thing. They say, okay, you drop that, $1,000. And all of a sudden you can eat off the street.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Some money make the mayor go?
Beg pardon?
Is it money that make the mayor go or sense of civic pride? Which is it?
And we always tell these people here who serve up administration, tax these nasty people pocket. And if they continue, send them to prison and make them get rehabilitated in the mind. Because nastiness starts in your mind, you know, brethren. That's why the few nasty people we got around us. They are nasty from within their mentality. Mm-hmm. You have to think about dropping something or throwing something or sitting or choking something. You have to think about it before you do it. So if we not deal with it with the education, of course, but make the pocket feel it. Me here, right now. Then if X got a truckload or something in some river or some corner somewhere, then charge me $500.
Okay.
Imagine that, $500. X should be charged $10,000-$20,000. And if X drop a sweetie paper, he should be charged $1,000.
Okay. That's a bit...
We have to carry if we really want to see the nastiness. Stop!
Okay,
But as we say, we say that those in authoritative position seems not to want to see the nastiness stop around us in the lands of beauty.
Okay, Elder X, here's what. We do have to break shortly for the midday newscast, but I do appreciate your point. But I'll say to this, there will be people who always find ways to game the system. But if the little wardens do their job diligently, we won't have these complaints time and time again. At this point in time, we do have to break to honor the Win FM's midday newscast. We will be right back after to continue the debates.
You found the sound. 98.9. Win FM.
We now bring you the headline news. The headline news is brought to you by Caribbean Alliance, KDP Enterprises, The Grange, and Carib Brewery.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Dalil Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
With over a century of perfection behind the Magasin name, a smooth blend with perfect balance and richness, It's no wonder Mackason Triple Stout has a legacy of perfection. Enjoyed the world over. Introducing our new look with the same great taste. Mackason. All hail the king.
Please drink responsibly.
Did you know that the Grange Healthcare Facility is the first purpose-built, non-governmental healthcare organization on St. Kitts? It's situated at Otley's, 7 miles east of Basseterre in beautifully landscaped surroundings. The Grange has a team of highly trained professionals and provides care that's rated as being comparable with UK and North American standards. The Grange offers varied accommodations to suit your individual needs, and our all-inclusive packages make the cost of care per hour the most competitive on the island. Services include convalescent care for all ages, daycare facilities for older adults, rehabilitation services, and training and continuing education for healthcare providers. For more information, call 466-5525 or 465-8020. Fax 466-8221 or email thegrangehealth@gmail.com or visit our website at www.grangehealthcarefacility.com.
Shipping your cargo shouldn't be a hassle. It can be as easy as a single call to Amerijet International, your worldwide cargo transportation solution. We provide all the services you need to ship your goods anywhere in the world, whether your shipment is fresh, frozen, large or small, alive or hazardous. You can count on Amerijet to deliver it safe and sound. Amerijet International, by land, sea or air, we get it there. For more information, visit us online at www.amerijet.com or call us at KDP Enterprises at 466-9595.
With the WINNFM Midday News, I am Kevon Brown.
And I am Yulana Weeks.
Our top stories.
Individuals encouraged to get tested for diabetes, a great health concern in the Federation. St. Kitts Nevis delegation attends inaugural CARICOM Saudi Arabia Summit.
Now the details.
In commemoration of World Diabetes Day, observed annually on November 14, the Community Nursing Services in Nevis hosted a diabetes symposium at the St. Paul's Anglican Church Hall. Mrs. Deslyn Tyson White, acting coordinator of Community Nursing Services, delivered a presentation under the theme Empowering Global Health and the Bid to Access Diabetes Care for All. In Nevis, there are 450 individuals registered as diabetics and are receiving treatment for the disease. Notwithstanding, there are other individuals who are accessing health care through their private physicians who are unregistered. A release from the Health Promotion Unit Nevis recalls Nurse White's presentation. Quote, statistics shows that the most affected age groups range between 60 to 69 years, that's senior citizens, and juveniles ages 10 to 19. Statistically, women are diagnosed at a higher rate than men. It is important to note that these statistics only reflect those that submit to testing and are formally diagnosed. End quote. A recent disclosure by Dr. Reginald O'Loughlin, Public Relations Officer for the St. Kitts Diabetes Association and a member of the Board of Directors of the International Diabetes Federation, confirmed that between 2,500 to 3,000 individuals are living with diabetes in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. As such, concern continues to mount about the increasing number of people becoming diagnosed with the disease. And with even more concern, individuals who are living with the disease and are not receiving health care. Individuals are continually encouraged to lessen their use of sugar, especially sugary beverages, and develop a culture of regular health checks, healthy diets, and exercising. Likewise, individuals are also encouraged to take advantage of the services offered at the health centers, which could assist with early detection and subsequent treatments and management. Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. Terence Drew, led a delegation, including Minister of Foreign Affairs Dr. Denzil Llewellyn-Douglas, to the inaugural CARICOM Saudi Arabia Summit. The summit will commence on November 16, 2023 in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Cabinet Secretary Dr. Marcus Natter said the summit provides for cooperation in key sectors to advance the development of St. Kitts and Nevis.
This historic event brings together leaders from the Caribbean community and Saudi Arabia to engage in substantive discussions. The summit's primary focus is on fostering investment and trade in key sectors like infrastructure, hospitality, renewable energy, climate change, and environmental sustainability. Beyond economic collaboration, the summit aims to strengthen shared principles, encourage people-to-people contact, and celebrate cultural heritage. It represents a significant milestone in deepening ties between CARICOM nations and Saudi Arabia.
The CARICOM Saudi Arabia Summit comes weeks after the announcement that St. Kitts and Nevis was granted e-visas by the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. St. Kitts and Nevis is the only country from the Caribbean and one of 4 countries in North America, inclusive of the United States, Panama, and Canada, that has been granted an e-visa opportunity by Saudi Arabia. Regionally,
I'm Gordon Mosley reporting, imploring the International Court of Justice to block Venezuela from taking any step to seize control of the Essequibo region through its planned referendum. Guyana, through its agent Carl Greenwich, told the International Court that the court alone stands between an amicable solution to the border controversy between Guyana and Venezuela and chaos in the region. As hearings on Guyana's application to the court on the Venezuelan planned referendum opened, Guyana told the ICJ that it has placed its trust in the court, and it is now for the court to safeguard Guyana's territorial integrity, pending the outcome of the substantive case regarding the validity of the 1899 arbitral award.
Guyana has not wavered in its trust in the court. It is the only means for achieving a just, final, and binding solution to the controversy between the 2 parties in accordance with international law. The court alone stands between such a solution and chaos. Authority for Guyana and for the Caribbean region and beyond.
Through a planned referendum, Venezuela is hoping to secure national support to not only reject the jurisdiction of the ICJ to resolve the controversy, but to annex Guyana's Essequibo region and in effect create a new Venezuelan state. The court heard today that Venezuela has been mobilizing its military resources near the border it shares with Guyana ahead of its planned referendum. Mr. Greenwich told the court that Guyana's right to over 2/3 of its territory is being threatened, and should Venezuela be allowed to continue, there could be irreparable injury, but also permanent loss.
What will become of Guyana's rights to the Essequibo region? These are the rights that Guyana seeks to confirm in this case. The very rights whose existence this court has twice affirmed it has jurisdiction in. Once Venezuela creates a new state incorporating this territory and grants Venezuelan citizenship to the population, how will this seizure of Guyana's territory be reversed if, in its judgment on the merits, the court rules that the 1899 award is valid and that Guyana is the lawful sovereign? How will Venezuela's actions be reversed and Guyana's rights to the territory be restored if Venezuela rejects the court's jurisdiction and refuses to recognize the validity of its judgment on the merits?
And he also explained to the court that there is still time to protect the authority of the court and to prevent Venezuela from executing the referendum in its current form.
As I stand here, Guyana's right to over 2/3 of its territory are threatened not only by irreparable injury, but by permanent loss. As I stand before the court, there is still time to act to protect the authority of the court and to stop Venezuela from carrying out its intended fait accompli before it secures the purported mandate to reject the court as the means of settlement of the dispute over which the court has already determined that it has jurisdiction. Before it secures a purported mandate to turn the Essequibo region into the new Venezuelan state of Guyana Esquiba and incorporate it into the map of Venezuelan territory.
The hearing is taking place at the Peace Palace in The Hague. In March of 2018, Guyana moved to the International Court of Justice to confirm the validity and binding effect of the arbitral award of 1899, which established the boundary between the then British Guyana and Venezuela. In the initial stage of the substantive case before the ICJ, Venezuela questioned the court's jurisdiction to hear and determine the border matter. The court dismissed Venezuela's objection and has moved ahead with the case. The government of Guyana has said it has no doubt of the validity of the arbitral award and the land boundary which Venezuela accepted and recognized as the international boundary for more than 60 years. CARICOM, the OAS, and the Commonwealth have all come out in support of Guyana and have effectively rejected the referendum and Venezuela's claims to Guyana's territory.
A family vacation turning deadly after a Blue Lagoon pleasure craft that family members were on, it started to take on water. Our Jose Yatian spending hours with authorities today as they carried out their rescue mission of more than 100 passengers. He joins me in studio with the full story. Jose, what can you tell us?
Janea, a 75-year-old American woman is dead after she was on board a pleasure craft along with scores of tourists and 5 staff members that got compromised not long after it left the Blue Lagoon Island. Videos widely circulating on social media showing the final moments before the craft went down. Now, Janea, Blue Lagoon has since released a statement outlining the details of what happened during the boating incident, but that statement did not acknowledge the passing of the American woman. However, it did note that local and U.S. officials have been notified of the boating accident.
Meanwhile, Deputy Prime Minister and Tourism Minister Chester Cooper responding to the incident, saying it's matters like these that require a full investigation.
I'm aware of the incident. I have not been fully briefed, and therefore I limit my comments as it relates to that incident. Clearly, accidents sometimes do happen. This is something that we don't like to see for residents or our guests. No doubt the Port Department is investigating the matter, and if need be, I'll have more to say on it later.
Internationally,
the Israeli military raided Gaza's Al-Shifa hospital early Wednesday morning, which it deems as a Hamas command center. Thousands of Palestinians are reported to be sheltering in the medical complex. Choi Min-jung has more.
Israeli forces have reportedly stormed Gaza's largest medical facility, the Al-Shifa hospital. The Israeli military said early Wednesday that it had carried out a raid against Hamas militants there. The general director of hospitals in Gaza said that Israeli forces searched the basement and entered the surgical and emergency buildings, shooting and carrying out bombings. The director general of the Gaza Health Ministry also said there were big explosions, which were believed to have occurred inside the hospital. According to the Gaza Health Ministry, an estimated 650 patients remain in the hospital, with thousands sheltered in the medical complex. A Hamas media officer criticized the raid.
Netanyahu and his defeated army's attempt to portray the incursion of their tanks to Shifa Hospital as if it were some kind of achievement is political immaturity and an exposed theatrical move which won't work on anyone and will not be believed by anyone.
Israel's attack on Al-Shifa started hours after the White House said it had intelligence indicating that Hamas is using the hospital to run its military operations. Hamas denied the claims.
Shifa is a medical and civilian building and not a military site. The attempts by Netanyahu and his army to portray this as an achievement or a victory only show their failure and panic in the death of their defeat.
Due to the ongoing war, the hospital is out of fuel and patients are no longer being fed. As a result, hospital officials are planning to bury more than 100 bodies, but worry that there won't be enough space. Choi Min-jung, Arirang News.
Xi Jinping was a minor Communist Party official when he first visited San Francisco in 1985. He now returns as Chinese president and will meet U.S. leader Joe Biden in their first face-to-face encounter in a year. Taking place on the sidelines of the APEC summit, it's hoped this meeting will reduce rising tensions between the two world powers. It comes as both China and the US face economic challenges.
Both sides have a tremendous amount at stake, and it is better for them to have economic cooperation, even if it's limited, than it is for them to, on both sides, not only have uncertainties within their economies, but creating uncertainties in the global economy.
Washington says the two countries are interdependent, but that hasn't stopped it from moving to de-risk when it comes to trade with China. It's called on US allies to do the same. The Biden administration has also blocked Beijing's access to crucial semiconductor chips and equipment, and sanctioned Chinese technology firms for national security reasons. In the Asia-Pacific, the US opposes China's militarization of the South China Sea, disputed territory claimed by Beijing, as well as pressure it puts on Taiwan, a self-governed island allied with Washington. On the global stage, China has been wanting to play a bigger role, strengthening ties with Russia despite condemnation from the West for its invasion of Ukraine, and calling for an immediate ceasefire in the Gaza Strip, both positions opposed by the US.
While the Xi-Biden meeting is a key step towards improving US-China relations, analysts say that geopolitical rivalry is here to stay. So what can be achieved? Both sides are keeping expectations low, but there are opportunities for cooperation.
A new climate change working group has been announced, and Washington says it's keen to reopen lines of military communication, lines cut off by Beijing last August when former US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi visited Taiwan. The two leaders are also expected to discuss stemming the tide of fentanyl to the US and the regulation of artificial intelligence in drone weaponry. Katrina Yu, Al Jazeera, Beijing.
That was the WINNFM Headline News. The Headline News was brought to you by Caribbean Alliance, KDP Enterprises, The Grange, and Carib Brewery.
Shipping your cargo shouldn't be a hassle. It can be as easy as a single call to Amerijet International, your worldwide cargo transportation solution. We provide all the services you need to ship your goods anywhere in the world, whether your shipment is fresh, frozen, large or small, alive or hazardous. You can count on Amerijet to deliver it safe and sound. Amerijet International, by land, sea or air, we get it there. For more information, visit us online at www.amerijet.com or call us at KDP Enterprises at 466-9595.
Did you know that the Grange Healthcare Facility is the first purpose-built, non-governmental healthcare organization on St. Kitts? It's situated at Otley's, 7 miles east of Basseterre in beautifully landscaped surroundings. The Grange has a team of highly trained professionals and provides care that's rated as being comparable with UK and North American standards. The Grange offers varied accommodations to suit your individual needs, and our all-inclusive packages make the cost of care per hour the most competitive on the island. Services include convalescent care for all ages, daycare facilities for older adults, rehabilitation services, and training and continuing education for healthcare providers. For more information, call 466-5525 or 465-8020. Fax 466-8221 or email thegrangehealth@gmail.com or visit our website at www.grangehealthcarefacility.com.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Delisle Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Did you really think cybersecurity was just not for you? Think again. The threat is real and everyone can fall. It's time to get ready and protect your business. At Cable and Wireless Business, we are the top local partner with global cybersecurity expertise. Cybercrime will not stop us. Visit stopthenextattack.com for more.
Pressure of a relatively stable atmosphere will continue to restrict any meaningful shower activity across the area during the next 24 hours. Today, partly sunny skies in general with a 20% or slight chance of brief passing morning showers. Tonight, fair to partly cloudy skies with a 20% or slight chance of a brief overnight shower. Sunset today will be at 5:36 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow at 6:16 a.m. That's your weather forecast for today, which came to you the kind compliments of CW Business.
Did you really think cybersecurity was just not for you? Think again. The threat is real and everyone can fall. It's time to get ready and protect your business. At Cable and Wireless Business, we are the top local partner with global cybersecurity expertise. Cybercrime will not stop us. Visit stopthenextattack.com for more.
Found the South 98.9. Win FM.
Are you ready to turn transactions into treasures? It's time to unlock the triple transformation transaction treasures at Holtzman's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store St. Kitts. With every hire purchase, not only do you get quality furniture, but you also get triple cash back for free groceries. That's right, triple your savings, triple your transformation. Imagine a home beautifully furnished and a pantry stocked to the brim, all in one go. Our expert staff is standing by, ready to guide you to the pieces that will make your dream home a reality. Hospital Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store St. Kitts, where quality meets affordability. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Visit our showrooms today and start your journey from transactions to treasure. Hospital Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store St. Kitts, transforming home one transaction at a time. Visit us today and experience the triple transformation transaction treasures.
To our viewers and listeners, welcome back to the second half of today's presentation of Voices. My name is Socrates, host of today's, little thingy. And we don't have any in-house guests. We've had an open mic Wednesday so far. We've had contributions on a variety of topics. Patrick Wharton was tagged in this poll. Pat was here a few weeks ago. And I'm just reading off my Facebook thing. So, we had the lines open. I started out by talking about the various features of our carnival Christmas festivities, what we as a people look forward to. We segued into some of the costumes that are worn by our masqueraders. Those that borders on vulgarity. People express their various opinions in it, and that's what we want. We also had a reason to comment on the fact that some people are criticizing the fact that some of the topics are mainly just Afrocentric. They don't want to hear about that. So I'm saying, call in. Let's have a discussion of things that you want to talk about, and be part of the national debate. Is there a call, you said? No? All right. Okay, let's see. I think there's a call online. Good day, caller. You're live on Voices. We may have missed a person. On the 25th of this month, there'll be an award ceremony for persons who, over the many years, have contributed to the development of our federation, culturally, socially, whatever. So there are many persons who will be receiving the awards, and one such person comes to mind. I don't know if he's tagged as a recipient this year, but I'm thinking about Derek Freights. Just about everybody involved or associated with Carnival in any way, shape, or form over the past 25, 30 years, 40 years, which should know about Derek Freights' contribution, especially when it comes to the pageantry, the Queen shows, as we call them, etc., how instrumental he has been in assisting the contestants in their development, in providing trophies, assisting on a multitude of levels to the quality of the show. And I hope he's one who's being appreciated and honored. A couple of weeks ago, we said goodbye to Mr. Stanley Franks Jr. He, too, was a major contributor to the development of Carnival. A few months preceding him, we lost Mr. Albaka. He, too, another person who back in the day, these guys just made Carnival work. We would hear about Mr. Basil Hendrickson being the first chairman of the National Carnival when it was nationalized back in the early 70s. But Derek Freights is someone who has such a personality, very well known and respected by all. He's just an all-around good guy. He's not as popular in the limelight today as yesterday, but I drive through Fort Thomas Road daily. I see where he's parked, and he comes to mind as a person that should be honored in no small way by the Federation for his contribution, not only personally, giving of himself, but financially, because there were times that he himself would have went and paid for the trophies for the Queen contestant mainly. I think last year he would have contributed a trophy to a Calypsonian to whom he is related. So still very much an active participant in terms of his contributions. I would like to wish him a very good day, the best of health, and God's richest blessing for the remainder of his days. We now go to the phone lines. Caller, you're live on Voices.
A very blessed afternoon to you, Socrates, and to all your listeners everywhere.
Thank you so very much for that. How are you doing, sir?
Yeah, man. I want to make input with respect to the ground transportation services in St. Kitts. Speaking specifically about the omnibuses.
Go right ahead, sir.
I want to suggest that, or strongly recommend that the government of the day, they institute or / enact laws to make it mandatory that passengers pay buses upon entering them, or you even pay the bus before you enter them. Because if you go around the East Line terminal, sometimes some of the passengers on the East Line, they pay the bus drivers before they enter the buses. And sometimes the bus drivers are just chilling on the outside and passengers go up to them and pay them before entering the bus. So I believe on the western side in particular, the northern side, that's St. Peter's, Monkey Hill, New Road, and on the eastern side, throughout St. Kitts, it should become mandatory that passengers pay buses before entering the bus. One of the reasons for that is that everybody will be saved time. The passenger will gain time. He will not lose time. The driver will not lose time. He will gain time. And the fellow passengers will also gain time, because it means that when you arrive at your destination, you just open the door and go. Some people want to wait until they reach Bastille with $100 or $50, $20, as the case may be, to pay buses. And at night in particular, especially when you traveling on those isolated roads, those lonely roads on the western side, some passengers can use that, to create opportunities for persons.
It's proven to be dangerous.
Buses,
yes.
To rob buses. So it creates opportunities for persons to rob buses. And it's very unfortunate that we have people today who are looking to rob bus drivers for their hard-earned small cash. You understand? You're a taxi driver, you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
We work hard. We work really hard. We cover a lot of areas, a lot of ground. They put in a lot of hours to try to help people get home. I mean, I can recall when we had COVID, I was the only bus driver running on the western side. And people were wondering, well, how could I run? I mean, I had a pass. A lot of them didn't know that, because I would like to help people. I put myself out of the way to help passengers. So it's very unfortunate that passengers would turn around and rob me. So it's very sad, very sad. But I believe the government can help us. They can help us by instituting this as a law. And that's the law, to ensure that passengers pay the buses before they enter. Because, look, for instance, I said to people, look, I traveled from Toronto to New York in 2010 on a Greyhound bus. And I bought my ticket for the Greyhound bus a week in advance. So, I mean, imagine you can buy your ticket to travel on a bus between America and Canada, the U.S. and Canada, a week in advance, and people find it hard to pay a bus before entering it. I said to them, if I have a flat, I have a puncture, I can give you back your money so you can catch a bus because you need to go.
But that's not a rationale for not paying up front. On many of the vehicles, there's a sign that says pay as you enter. It is a policy that is not really vigorously pursued. But here's what. You're saying that it should be mandated by law. There's a big difference between a policy and legislation. And you're making perfect sense, not only because many times I'm on the road and the buses are stopping ahead of me because there's somebody's making change on the road.
Yes. Yeah, we see it all the time.
And it saves time, you said, for everybody, the bus operator, the passenger, and the general passenger in the bus, because you're wasting everybody's time. Is stopping to make change here and there again. So as you enter at the terminal, I just say pay up front. You get your destination, you're off. I mean, the whole thing with bus stops, they don't really recognize anymore. It's like stop anywhere. So along the route, you may stop 4, 5, 6, 10 times, and you're making change each stop along the way. So you make perfect sense. What about your representation? Do you have representation to go to the government, the lobby for that? Are the associations?
Yeah, each line, the West Line, the East Line, the Monkey Hill, St. Peter's, they have a bus association. So there is a bus association representing each route. And I believe that all the associations should come together and lobby hard for that to become legislated.
It makes sense.
So I think that is something that they can look at very seriously going forward. And I believe, too, that with respect to road safety, the police and the Ministry of Public Infrastructure, that is talking here about public works, roads, they need to work more closely to ensure that they patch a lot of the holes, a lot of the potholes. Look, that exists now. Look, for instance, we have the thoroughfare, the new thoroughfare there on Old Road Bay.
Yes.
Close to Spratnet, there is a bump there. As you're entering from...
At either end?
Yeah, right. From the Stone Port end, there is a bump. That is something that can be smoothened out, to make it a little more comfortable. And if they have to resurface that entire thing, resurface it and mark it out. So you put lanes and you put in reflectors, commonly called cat eyes.
That need lanes. Right now, the lanes are needed, the reflectors are needed. Right now, driving at night on that road, it's even in the daytime, because they are now delineations. They need to be in place.
Yeah, definitely. And I continue to lobby on behalf of the villagers, the people in the various villages throughout St. Kitts, because, look, we as bus drivers, people have load, and they would ask us to go off the route, to take them up this road, down this road. You have roads like that road just after the St. Peter's playing field, since creation, not paved. You have roads like Amsterdam Road in St. Paul's, not paved. I think the government should invest more in paving the roads where the villagers live. So you cut drains, you open drains so that you have drainage for the water to run, and avoid the silt and the debris and all that from coming onto the roads when we have a heavy rain. And you make life more comfortable for vehicle owners. Because remember, vehicle owners, they spend a lot of money they invest a lot of money in their vehicles. They pay wheel taxes, they have to pay insurance, they pay everything. So I think they deserve better, and the village roads should be repaired. And we have a lot of areas close to Rams in Bud Rock. We have a number of areas where we have potholes. So people from Public Works should drive around, the police, when they're moving around, and look for the potholes and work together hand in hand to ensure some more road safety. Thanks for the time, man. God bless.
Glad to be a platform for you to get that message out to the relevant bodies. So thank you very much for that contribution. And we continue on. I mentioned before the break that I observed what was the preparations for a same-sex marriage over on a certain beach in the southeastern peninsula. I'm hoping to get some people weighing on that, because we need to know if we have in fact signed on to those conventions where same-sex marriage is not part of what we offer. I mentioned some of the pitfalls of tourism, things that we entertain just to be part of that package. I recall some years ago there was a Christian lady, she was a taxi operator, and she objected strenuously to a gay couple making love, so to speak, foreplay in her vehicle. And it was a big thing. You can't stop them because this and that, and you're into tourism. I mentioned the fact that there was a certain person of the deceased who was advocating for sex tourism, to have a brothel here. We don't need that. It will happen on its own, but to go and give license to it. So we have to be careful what we open ourselves up to. And if we want to take the moral high ground, as some people want to, these questions ought to be answered. Are we now allowing same-sex marriage in St. Kitts officially? Because while I was told that this couple didn't get married here, it doesn't make sense to me to get married on Wednesday, but you come to St. Kitts on Friday and have a whole ceremony like you're going through the motions. They say it's a renewal of the vows in 3-4 days' time. But that is what I was told. Let me tell this person on Voices. That happens. So yeah, 6620989 gets you in on the debate. 4660989 762 gets you in. Let's hear what you have to say, or if you want to introduce any topic. As I mentioned earlier, there are folks who are not too happy with the content that we have that relates to anything African. There are a number of callers who call and speak about issues that affect us as a people. They don't want to hear about the African thing again and the African thing, so they don't really tune in for that. They get turned off by that. But you are free to call and introduce topics, content, etc. There are persons who said, "I'm going to come on the program," but they don't have the time. Pick up the phone, be part of the national debate. We welcome that. It's about 40 minutes past 12 or 20 minutes to 1 o'clock. I'll be here until 1:30. So talk to me. Yes, back to the Christmas sports, as we call them. Do we have a caller? Okay, good. The caller, you're live on Voices.
Oh, yes. Good afternoon. You had your lunch?
No, I'm on a diet. I'm watching my figure.
You're on a diet.
Watching my figure.
Anyway, don't die from it.
I hear you. I like that. Appreciate that. What's up?
Now, yesterday, good afternoon to all the listeners at home and abroad. Because some people just, good afternoon to your friend Rosemary.
Mm-hmm.
And all of my friends, all of my relatives.
By the way, she just celebrated, eh? She just celebrated. I'm not going to say the number, but she just celebrated. She went with friends and family, had a wonderful time.
All right. I just turn on the ear and say making more noise than anything else. But can you hear me now?
Clearly, loud and clearly.
All right. Now, the more things change, the more things remain the same. Yesterday, now, there's a new program that comes on until 11 o'clock. And it is promoted as a political program. The advertisement is a new political program. However, there seems to be some kind of thing between the host and the program name. Because he had declared he don't want a politics thing here. Well, how can you not have politics if it is a political program?
I'm unaware of it,
How do you
so
know about that?
educate me on that. I don't know. I'm unaware of it. If it's advertised, if it's billed as a political
I don't change
program.
the name of the program.
I'm the host.
Yesterday there was an issue. Now they said that the police launched something they call magic something for the children, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I inquired as to what is the relationship between that and the young explorers.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's politics.
That was the response?
No, he said that first he did not know.
All right. But if you don't
So
know...
I am saying, that is why we waste time. One government start a program and you come and you want your own, so you dismantle the one, and you... So the point is we're not getting anywhere, you know. We build a wall, Socrates build a wall, and I come and I went in the house, I said, who built the wall? Socrates, knock it down. I want to build my own wall.
Mm-hmm.
That is why sometimes we're so backward, you know, way back. We keep doing it, education, agriculture. We don't think of continuity, but that is because we don't have development plans. Otherwise, you would have realized that some of these programs are already
exist
in progress.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're now trying to get some fame or acclaim,
but I say you're introducing this and that. It's been there before you.
yeah, you actually wasting time. That is why I keep advocating that the country need a long-term development plan. Even in housing, you must say, look, we want to have so much by so. The kind, you know, everybody come with a new program. We actually wasting time because I'm still waiting that it goes from primary school to grade 1. Now, Explorers had in children up to, I think, age 17. And a lot of investment was made.
Was made in that, yes.
Even the headquarters, and they had them well organized.
I saw a vehicle with the insignia on it also.
Yeah, you know. So I suppose they're trying to get the policewoman. They said they gave it to Mr. Sampson, the officer.
Mm-hmm.
Now Miss Powell, who has left the police force, they're bringing her back to work on the magic. I say, they should have put on the young explorers. We are just wasting time. Even some of the social programs. Everybody wants to make up their own. Mm-hmm. And it goes like that, government after government. And you watch and you wonder, does anybody here know exactly where we're heading? Where are we heading?
Well, if you listen to Glenroy Blanchard's song, you probably haven't heard it. Country running good. We increasing tourism. We agriculture boosting, construction boosting, everything good.
Yeah.
I heard it early this morning. So if you're wondering or question where we're heading, give a listen to Glenroy Blanchard's song. everything is good. Dr. Do is doing good and blah, 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 blah. So, okay, he knows.
You have to forgive him. I wouldn't bother with that.
He's inside now. So he knows more because he's on the inside.
No, you see, this is it,
That's all I can say.
Unfortunately, people will say, oh, Mr. You're picking on stuff. And not really. He makes some good presentation, but he makes them too late.
I see.
It's the timing I'd be concerned about,
Mm-hmm.
The timing.
Well, maybe the circumstances were different then.
So I am asking the commissioner of police, because it is now the police. Because as far as I know, the police was responsible for the young explorers. What you want to tell the parents? So all of those who were in young explorers over the age of first farm, maybe 12, where do they stand?
Are they being incorporated into the new entity?
Well, this is what I want to know, because I said you could always rename it, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
But when you go and reform it and exclude children above the age of first farm, what are you doing? Those are the same that was going gangs, So I hope whoever is the minister, I think it's what, Miss Phillip?
What portfolio does she hold?
Huh?
What portfolio? Is that youth? And,
Aged. I think she got youth and age and story.
Okay.
And, I wish her well, But sometimes the policies made are beyond the ministers. You know that, right?
Yeah, well,
beyond the ministers.
I'm a small potato after meal, so I try to stay.
Well, you could sit down there and play small potato. I cannot be a small potato in the land of my birth.
I hear you.
I refuse to be.
I hear you.
Some people wish I was, Oh, Miss Henry. Miss Henry, you're going to talk to dead. And when I'm dead, I'm going to talk from the grave. I'm going to haunt some of you.
I used to be very vocal. Very, very, very vocal.
Well, I understand. You see, when you're in certain kind of business and you live in certain kind of... I never used to care, I used to get all kind of threats.
Mm-hmm.
All kind of entitlement, withdrawal and also. I just ignore that because you see what I know, contrary to some people, you read that Bible there, you learn something.
Mm-hmm.
The other day I told my friend, read Psalm 37 and stop stress yourself over wicked people. The wicked shall be cut off. Some of them were here talk, they're bigger than God. The Bible says you shall ask for them and the place shall not be. Sometimes we don't lose sleep over people, over country, even countries.
I make reference, Sister Henry, to a particular, a former premier of St. Kitts who had so much power and flex his muscles. I lived to see a big tree go up in his house, abandoned, nobody there.
All right.
A big tree go up in his house.
Learn Psalm 37, whether you believe in the Bible or not, learn it.
So I don't take on these things.
So fret not yourself because of evildoers, nor of the man who bring wicked devices to pass, because they shall be cut off.
So I don't take them on.
Sometimes you're looking for them to get cut off. Tomorrow, no, something.
In God's own time.
Whenever they shall be cut off. You don't even remember them.
In the Creator's own time.
Anyway, now let me get to Aganda now. I don't want to abuse you. This thing really is, the Minister of Agriculture giving out some containers for water.
Yes, some tanks. Containers, yeah.
Yeah, some tanks. I think he said there were 40.
I'm not familiar with the article
40
information.
And there were 20 farmers. Now, they were given by, I think it's Mexico, through the FAO. How many did Nevis get?
As I said, I'm unfamiliar with the whole thing there.
Hello?
I'm unfamiliar with the topic.
Well, if anybody know, how many did Nevis get? And what plans are there to give the other farmers? Because if you hear about, I always said most of them will be women. Fair enough if the women farms are big enough. You know?
Does Nevis have the same water challenges?
What is the government position on the other farmers who needed one and didn't get one? What allowance are they going to make for them to get? Or are they going to request from the donor more tanks for the other farmers? Those are my questions. All right then.
Much appreciated. Folks who are in the inside would know if anyone cares to call and answer, or some people will say, well, they work for the establishment, they cannot divulge information that they're not supposed to. So we don't know. But the question is, would Nevis be in the same situation in need of the tanks? If so, well, let's take this caller. Caller, you're live on Voices.
Hello?
Good day, you're live on Voices.
Yes, Socrates.
Yes, sir.
You can make a very, very good point.
Mm-hmm.
I've been asking myself so over 2 weeks now if Nevis get any. And you got a man say he's the premier, round and round with his teddy bears. The man up in Dubai with the teddy bears them. I mean, what's going on? What's going on? Now, Socrates, let me tell you something, you know. You don't be afraid what people going to say about you. You have to educate. I love that song there, you know. Enemy of the state.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope you could come up with something else a little better than that. Now, when you listen to Glenroy, an educator, could he teach me grandchildren that?
But he said things good, so I don't.
Oh, my God. Father, have mercy. You don't know. Let a man say he's going to turn away Sebastian. He said the people of this country vote for him in his Sebastian. He's Sebastian. So we expect them this. Socrates, this country is the one, and the penny is so right.
Mm-hmm.
You come back down in your country.
I'm not backing down, you know.
People come in here and shine the blossom.
I am choosing which battles to take on.
I understand that.
I won't be like Don Quixote, like a windmill.
Every battle, when it comes to think it. Have a good day.
Thank you so very much, so appreciate that. I am not going to be like Don Quixote, just with, battling windmills. I choose which battles to fight. I've been out there on the battlefield for many years. I have suffered as a result. Some of the same people you advocate for, they turn around and make different decisions. Well, cool. My thing is, grin and bear it. Good day, caller. You're live on Voices.
The greetings, Brother Socrates.
With respect.
Give me a minute. You see, all the division that we have come directly from colonialism.
But human nature has its role.
We need to be on one page.
We're supposed
That's why
to be.
we got so much problems, because the system was designed that way. You see, we need to be on one page. And all British colonies develop the same way. That's why we got these problems. You understand? So me saying that one party is in, they got the program. Another party come in, they got their own program. If we're on one page, it wouldn't be like that. Within a national consciousness. That's why I'm
But
saying.
even in one household, you're going to find division. You'll never find everybody on one page. It's not going to happen.
No, but you hear what I'm saying? Okay. Take something like reparations, right? Well, you want to tell me that everybody in the country can agree to that?
Nope.
Why not?
It's human nature.
No, it's not human nature. That's how they colonize us. That's the point I'm making.
So you're saying we don't have the power to change?
Listen what I'm saying to you, right? When we got the right to vote, right, in 1950, we didn't have a national consciousness. We have a European consciousness, which is British colonialism. That is the point. Okay, for instance, look at the clock in the circus, right?
Berkeley, yeah, very Eurocentric.
Yeah. Berkeley was a slave holder.
I know that.
Still there. I'm not saying take down the clock. I'm saying remove the information. Warner Park is still there. That's what I'm saying. We need a national consciousness. We need something that our people could believe in and adhere to. And anything that is in our people's interest, we got to adhere to it. So what I'm trying to say is not only here in the Caribbean, even in Africa. Look here, President Ruto, right? He's sending troops to Haiti to set to fight gangs when the people on there fighting for the liberation, funded by the United States. We got to get real here. We got to deal with things that is in our people's
I saw that aspect of it also.
Excuse me?
I saw that very aspect that you referred to.
Yeah, so what I'm trying trying to show you, okay, for instance, look what's going on in Palestine. Hamas was created by the Israeli government
Fact.
to offset the PLO.
Fact.
Yeah? Fact. That's why Hamas was created by the Israeli government to offset the PLO.
To counter.
Because,
To counter the PLO, Yasser Arafat.
yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You understand? It's a divide and rule tactic. And that's what they're using on us all the time. That's why we can't get any place. The main tragedy of the colonizer is to divide and rule us. Well, you got all these political parties and this rivalry. We ain't getting nowhere. We need
One
a
of the
national
problems we
consciousness.
face is that we believe that colonialism is over.
But it's a new form of colonialism. That's what you call neo-colonialism. It's a new form where now we have our own people managing the colonial system on behalf of the colonizer. That is the point. So when we're talking about all this rancor, as we said, we talk about, we need to get on one page. We need to have an outlook that benefits the masses of our people. When one party is in, the people who back the party benefit. When the other party come in, the same thing. It's divide and rule. We're not getting anywhere. We need a national consciousness. That's what I'm saying, is that we have done wrong to each other. So we need to atone for our sins and then move forward. We got to recognize these things. We ain't going to get nowhere unless we atone for our sins. Because we have done each other wrong. So I'm saying to you is that we need to be on one page. We need to come up with some ideas that we adhere to, we uphold, so that our people could move forward. Now look what is going on in the world geopolitically. This country and countries in the Caribbean can't develop unless we link with each other and link with black people around the world, because the situation is such now that the colonial forces who want to keep us that way is a reconfiguration of the world, and everything is about natural resources. Why do you think Gaza is so important to the colonial forces? Because you have oil there and gas. So what I'm trying to say is that we have to protect our resources, because most of the resources is in the so-called colonized areas of the world. So what I'm saying to you is that we have to show solidarity with oppressed people, and our people in particular, because we are the core of humanity. Once we move forward, humanity will move forward. So I'm saying here in St. Kitts and Nevis, we have to come up with an agenda that benefit the masses of our people, which we are calling for genuine unity. If you don't want to unite with our people, then you're against us. It's as simple as that. Not only here in St. Kitts and Nevis, but throughout the whole Caribbean and the region and internationally. That's the only way our people going to survive, my brother. Give thanks, one love. So
Much respect.
For unity.
Much respect. The thing is, a lot of people who are uninformed remains on the fence. So you're got to get that cohesive force, as you would like, going forward to address certain agendas, because they're vague on what the agendas are. They don't really care unless it's actually stabbing them in the faces, you know. And we just go along our life's path very blasé about most things. Until it affects you, then you want others to come and support your position. It doesn't really work that way, but that's the world wherein we live. Okay, let me segue into something that's very important in terms of rural tourism. On Sunday coming, there's the 19th, there'll be what's called a tour of Sandy Point, called from Charles Fort to Fort Charles. Lots of folks don't know the history of Sandy Point. Here's a chance for you to get on that bandwagon. You charge $100 and you're given a tour lasting about 2.5 to 3 hours from Palm Bay up to the Lazaretto or the Old Fort Charles, down to Charles Fort. You're giving entertainment, you're giving food and a history. $100, and tickets can be gotten at the tourism office. And that's Sunday coming. Okay, so bear that in mind. That's something you can do where you can actually educate yourself about the history of Sandy Point, how pivotal it was for the people of St. Kitts. Is the caller still online?
Yes, I'm still here.
Good day. Thanks for holding. Thanks for holding.
I'm still here.
Thanks for holding your live on Voices. Go right ahead.
Okay, we want to wish the organizers all the best and the people who get involved in to support that. We want to wish them good vibes, you know? Yeah, it's good to know you. The little corner where you're from. You know, say, because Jamaica and not Jamaica more than no people want, eh?
That's quite, yeah, it happens.
That we move out, you know, and since the 68, we was 36, if you know it, every corner, and no story from them time till now, you know? Okay, in that vein, tourism, there's an adventure in deeper. But before we go there, we want to tell you them, our bus drivers, to come out for that. Target otherwise, yeah? Come out for that.
I don't know where you are, but there's some wind blowing into your phone if you're driving or you want to, just shift your position.
You come out, you can hear me better?
Oh, it's a fan. Your fan. Yeah, we can hear better now. Go ahead.
No, me roadside. No fan. You only put on from me want to drive much better.
Okay. Hear you.
I'm going to like them touch me.
Much better now. Much better.
All right. Me say that if you say more of the busman, then they could stop it. Make the target. If you know how to rob, make the target be different. Come on for that. Because then poor people, them is part of the low class. Yeah, rich people not drive bus. Yeah? So come out for them in there. And then now, make the put the people in fear that they don't serve the public as they ought to, you know?
Correct.
Yeah, come out for them in there. Okay, we want to... We hear them make a sound more venture deeper. I mean, here the brethren talk about security too. We hear some sound about security, so we're going to touch two things. The road down there at the place, the carrier Mount Lion, which was Mount Misery.
Yes.
Twice the concrete one. It was clearing both sides. And security need to put in place on that trod. There's one road in, one road out. So security need to be placed somewhere in that scenery where people are going to visit the place there. There's no security, and we check it out and see things can happen. So before it happens, we want to tell them and those sustainable development, tourism, this and whatever. Put security in place. Down to the bottom up when the gateway is right by my farm gate. And
Okay.
me see all the Japanese, me say it already, you know. Me see all the Japanese are trying to test the system, you know. Go in there, he come. Me see when he come, you know. Me see when he go in, you know. And me know so he prepare for the days that people can't find him, you know. Test the system and go in there and say get lost, you know.
Okay.
And take up the whole of simple people time to find him. Yeah? Put security in place on that thing, the Mount Misery or Mount Lion, what they call it. Yeah? And the road lead, it's a small road. Small concrete road going right up.
I know
It
it.
should be bigger,
I
but
know
it
it.
don't look already. It need to clear both sides. And me give on the farm, there used to be a parking problem up to the top. Me give a part of the farm for parking. And sustainable development start to clean it, and they're not following through. I want to big up me agricultural officer in the area, Mr. Weeks. He tries his best to keep things on the manners, and he need more support. Yeah?
Yes.
And sustainable development and all whom it may concern. Keep the parking spot that I gave from I didn't have to do it, you know. They say I am the first person to do that. Because my farm is right by the gateway to go on the walk to Mount Niagara. So I give a part on the farm for parking because there was a problem up there with the park in front of the egg people and place the original people up there from a long time and disturb the people then. So I give part on the farm for parking. So I'm asking them and those all whom it may concern to keep that spot clean.
And the security.
And keep the right down to the main road to go into Newtonborough.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, we want to wish the organizers them for the Sandy Point thing all the best. Yeah?
Much
Yeah,
appreciated.
and more communities will do that. Because St. Kitts and Nevis a big story. They are not a pretty story, you know. Yeah? Like the bloody river, the place we call Bloody River is
Yes.
one of the stories that is not pretty.
Yep.
Yeah? The original inhabitants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That's why we ask for reparation, if we ask for the indigenous people also. Yeah?
Yes, that's correct.
This thing can't go so, you know. They can't go so. See what go on in Palestine and we knows. I mean, how earth runs so, brother? How earth runs so? How earth inhabitants?
Man's lust for power, the religion and politics.
Don't get mad and crazy when we see these things are go on.
Politics and religion.
Who is human being like we?
Is land grabbing, politics and religion. Land grabbing through religion and politics. That's all it is.
Yes. And land is the basis of our struggle.
Land.
But it have to reach a point where it is no more. Believe you me, it can't go on. Earthquake, thunder, lightning, brimstone, hey, it can't go on.
Is land grabbing.
It can't go on. Now you big, it can't go on. Earth have to cleanse. We cannot that one set of people in the earth feel like them alone a human being. Eh? That's why
Religion.
what
That comes from religion.
We middle passage. We who know the middle passage. Pack up together like Saudi, see like the class system. We are in our space. We have upper class, middle class, and lower class. Fire! Yes, I know me, brother.
With respect. It's all about land grabbing, religion, and politics. All the battles throughout the world has been mainly about that, and it continues. At this point in time, we do have to pause to give credit to our sponsors, without whom this show would not be possible. So we head downtown, and we'll be back.
Here are your Horsford's Value Mart IGA specials.
Running November 2nd to November 15th.
The more you shop, the more you save.
In November, get double points on dairy and frozen items.
Now, our Value Club Blue Tag specials. Essential Everyday Mayonnaise, $17.99. Arm & Hammer Liquid Detergent, $34.99. IGA Margarine, $23.99. IGA and Essential Everyday Frozen Waffles, $10.99. Blue Bunny Ice Cream, $22.99. Pringles chips, just $9.99. And now, our very low weekly
value deals. Gatorade's $4.49. Dunkin' cake mixes $6.99. Arm & toothpaste $14.99. Central's vitamins $44.99. Malto-Meal bagged cereals $12.99. Minute Maid punches $8.99. Shop smart, shop Value Mart, and get double points for more rewards today.
Continuamos en el mes de noviembre con los puntos dobles y las recompensas. Sea listo y haga sus compras aquí en Value Mart.
Attention all savvy shoppers. VAT days are right around the corner. But why wait? Get a head start now at Hosford. Take advantage of our exclusive pre-approved credit offer for VAT days on December 15 and 16. Head over to Hosford's Building and Nevis Center's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store today. And don't forget to swing by Hosford's auto sales event for the lowest interest rates on all brand new vehicles. Imagine Hosford's dropping major discounts and pre-approved credit when you shop now. It's that easy. Just visit any Hosford's department, make your VAT days wish list, and we'll take care of the credit check. Then come back on December VAT days to take home everything you pick with your pre-approved credit. Hosford's has you covered for furniture, appliances, or a brand new car on VAT day. Don't miss out. Get pre-approved credit now for VAT days in December at Hosford. Visit our stores for all the details. Terms and conditions apply. Hosford's, where your VAT day dreams come true. Hurry in today.
We're back, and we go straight to the phone lines. Good day, caller. You're live on Voices. Good day, caller. You are live on Voices.
Yes, Socrates.
Sir.
Good afternoon again. Socrates,
Yes, sir.
you heard about this lady up the hospital, a nurse, used to be in the oncologist department, where, because she talked and said that they used to charging $800 for the patient. And the Honorable Prime Minister, former Prime Minister, said no, let me charge $4 to accommodate poor people. She gone home because she said that's how it used to be. You see how deadly these people be?
As simple as that?
When is you going in this country? When we going in this country? No, we don't present her because of patches. She got to go home. You understand?
Yeah, there's been reported level of victimization.
Me know how this thing will end up. All of us from Syntax, all of us got a right to live here.
Mm-hmm.
It's telling us to come here and live better than you. We who born here got the right to live here. But I want them, you know. You don't get dirty, you know.
We would hope it doesn't come to that, but realistically, a lot of frustration have been vented in many, many ways. We would have lost a caller. And in the meantime, I want to say hi to Sister Henry. Rosemary said thanks very much for, your salutations. Very nice of you. So just to let you know. And we go back to the phone lines. Caller, you're live on Voices.
Greetings and love.
Every time to you, sir. How are you doing?
Yeah, man. Hopeful and true,
Okay. Let's see what you have to say.
Yeah, I hear, sir, that the people don't want to hear too much African thing.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. They don't want to listen to anymore because it's too much African things. But you see, that comes from a certain mindset. But I'm still inviting them. Since you don't want to hear this, call and speak about that. Be part of the national discourse.
Oh. But you see, you had some earlier callers, you know what I mean? The bongo them, the Natty Congo them, Yeah, I hear them talk forward, You see, it's a change you have to see, and the change can't be the change in the political party. You understand?
It's got to come from us?
Yeah. Huh?
It's got to come from us?
Yeah, and he already here, but we just ain't opening up the eyes to hold it. But watch here. Because watch here, when you deal with the political system, it's the left and the right and the same man you deal with, Which is Rome. You deal with Rome. You understand? And when you see what the plan of Rome is for the future of the people, right? I just tribulation and worries, you know what I mean? Because, okay, I got this digital ID business coming on stream just now.
Mm-hmm.
They're running a pilot in Kenya for about 2 months also, Which in the saying is like, when the baby born, they will insert this
chip,
whatever it is, you know what I mean? But there's no more paper birth certificate and these kind of things here, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, that is how the world is designed, and that is how we're going. These leaders ain't sitting down and reasoning with the people as to see how the people feel about these ideas. You just go forward and implement because it's all a part of one system. Like the Virgin said, we have got a new system, and a new system is Rastafari. We just have to leave Babylon alone. We have to leave the system there alone. You know what I mean? Because there's nothing can change in that there,
Well, I mentioned the marriage of two males on a beach here. I think it was Friday. And nobody could tell me. Two men got married. They're saying that they get married here. They got married elsewhere, but they just renewed the vows here, which makes no sense to me. But the thing is, did we in fact sign on? I'm suspecting that we did sign on to these conventions, or which the people are not aware. We had no say in it because our leaders signed on our behalf.
You understand? And these things that we got to really wake up to and really ask questions, because remember, it's with life. We in the game with, with life. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like, we can't have, this idea, well, how can a man, feel so well, he know what is best for another man. You know?
Mhm.
Every man know what is best for himself. Every heart got his own desire. You can't got a desire in your heart for me. You know what I mean? I will have my own desire. And you have your own, you know what I mean? That's why I tell you, you know, your head is your government. You see, and that is the reality where Rasta can bring forward. Self-reliance. You know what I mean? You have to look to yourself. You have, you know, instead of looking to these organizations, because that's what we're doing, you know, the promising arc kind of thing until we end up in hell. You understand? There we go. Check it out. We're in business in Africa. I mean, like, we got the same kind of blind leaders out in Africa too, eh? But a lot of the people, them, even some of the leaders, them, shaking out of the blindness there. You know what I mean? And start to see what is in the best interest of us as a people. You know, something different. You know what I mean? It's something different that look forward. The tired of this going round and we're not going nowhere. Check, it's just destruction, you know what I mean? Give thanks, King. That's the far right.
Respect. Always good to hear from you, mister. All right. We just lost a caller. All right. So the debate goes on about things that are being done that's going to affect us globally that the average guy in the street is unaware of. But they're signed on to by a representation through government. And it happens. Let's take this caller. Go there, caller, live on Voices.
Reaching forward, John.
Come to again.
Hearing us?
Second?
Okay, hearing you. All right, Miss Mankechiado, listen. Okay, before we go there, we want to tell family concerning Dwyer's commentary and he's speaking his truth to the people. Better late than never. Yeah?
Yes, that's good.
Enough said that. No, the thing what take place with the marriage with the two males. Let us deal with the thing with the root there, you know. You see, the thing what name marriage, the thing what we know as marriage now, start on the wrong foot. And that's it's a bad move. It's a bad move like you're playing card. It's a bad move. Because marriage had already been set in creation, how it forgot. But them come in with this bad move, and this bad move, remember, you know, we say, you know, that the original marriage bond is sex between a man and a woman, penis and vagina. You hear it?
Yeah, but you don't have to be that graphic. You don't have to be that graphic. You don't have to be that graphic. We understand what you're saying, right? You're consummated sexually. Is a physical consummation.
Okay. I put it to graphic, you say?
Yeah, I say you don't have to be that graphic.
Oh, all right. I apologize. Okay. So, when to move away from that original marriage bond, here comes creeping in marriage with man and man, woman and woman. Because the church and state, its accomplice,
right,
say that marriage is ring, I do, is the bride,
a ceremony.
Blah, blah, boom, boom. So you see where we end up? Yeah, not end up, end down. That's a love, my brother.
Okay, respect that. We got about 20 minutes down past the 1 o'clock hour. We have one more chance to give credit to our sponsors before we come back and head into the closing stage of today's presentation.
Get ready to transform your space with the Horsewoods Building and Nevis Centers. Spruce it up big fresh paint and tile sale. It's your chance to give your home a fresh new look at a whopping 25% off store-wide on all paints and tile at Horsewoods Building and Nevis Centers. But wait, there's more. With every purchase of Citizens Paints, you could win a free room paint over. Imagine walking into a freshly painted room completely on us. Looking for even more options? We've got you covered with fantastic deals on Sherwin-Williams and Penta paints. Don't miss out on the chance to get premium quality paints at amazing prices. But hurry now to Horsewoods Building and Nevis Center. This incredible offer is available for the entire months of November and December only. Terms and conditions apply, so be sure to visit us for all the details. So don't wait. Head on over to our store and take advantage of Horsewoods Building and Nevis Center. Spruce it up big fresh paint and tile sale. Give your space the makeover it deserves and make this holiday season extra special. Attention all Value Club members, get ready for an exciting November to remember at Horsewoods Value Mart. Value Club members, brace yourselves for double point splendor. That's right, every purchase of fresh produce and succulent meats earns you double the points. Exclusively for Value Club members. Fill your carts, earn those points, and watch the rewards pile up. It's a double point splendor for every Value Club member on produce and meat for the entire month of November. Join us at Horsewoods Value Mart this November, and let's make it a month to remember. See you at the store.
22 minutes, moving down after 1 o'clock. Is that a caller? Okay. Okay, that's threw me off for 6. Yes, we're moving down into the closing phase. We got about 8 minutes to go before we wrap things up today. The lines are still open, 662-0989, 466-0989, 762. Try to weigh in on the discussion, whatever the topic is. If you want to go along with what we raised about some of the issues, the bus driver spoke about wanted the government to mandate the payments up front as you enter the vehicles. This will assist with the time it takes on the road while you're collecting changes. We missed that call. And there's another call. Caller 11 Voices.
Oh, yes. Good afternoon again.
Welcome back again.
Listeners, let me ask you 1, 2, 3 questions.
Shoot.
Well, I'll state me first. Are you aware that before the Island Main Road, you had to use boat to get to Sandy Point from Bastia?
No.
Oh, you're not aware of it?
No, my grandmother.
When this came and so, they would take the boat from Bastia to get down to Sandy Point.
That was like the
that information can be found in the
1700s?
Yeah, because they came in, I think they came 1777, somewhere around here. So, so when they held meetings in Bastia, at the then courthouse, and they took boats to go down to Sandy Point. Are you also aware that the Hanson Home was at Fort Thomas?
No.
Huh?
No, I know when it came into play in 1890. 1890, yeah.
It came into play after the British took out the last post they had was at Fort Thomas. I read that in the archives.
All right.
So after they closed the fort, it was a real fort, and it was actually manned by the British.
Well, the name Thomas,
yeah. When they closed it, they moved the leper home from Fort Thomas down to Fort Tyson.
Tyson is in Frigate Bay.
Fort Charles?
Yeah, Fort Charles Fort.
Yes.
Fort Tyson is in Frigate Bay. But I read of the legislation and the motivation to adopt Charles Fort as the location because they pick up folks off the street in Bastia. And there were protests about lepers who were in the society. They're seen as vagrants, even though some of them was killed. But the outcry came because of a certain leper who used to milk cows.
But they were thinking, because in the archives I read The other thing called, the name slipped me now, written by a Boone. One the Boone, that's one of the oldest newspapers I have there.
Okay.
They talk about the lepers well around. Don't say there was even a leper who was a butcher selling meat in the market.
Yeah, yes. There was one milking cows.
Yeah, I forget the name of the document, but it's at the archives. And they book, I think, what name? The Doctor of Culture.
Zach Nisbet.
Yes. I don't have them still, but the archives also have some of the books where the Methodists used to send the report.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about they coming here and going down to Sandy Point. Now, disclaimer. From when did Sandy Point become the first town?
There is no official documentation, but the records.
It is all road.
Yeah, no.
After the first British town.
Yes. But the documents that speak about Sandy Point as back as 1623 established as a town.
But it was not the first town.
Nobody's saying that. Old Road was the first town.
So. Sandy Point does just insist.
After the first Fort Charles was destroyed in Old Road, when the French destroyed it, actually the French ran the British off St. Kitts. There was a Nevis. And when they came back, they built Charles Fort.
You mean the French?
No, the British built Charles Fort. They have King Charles. And then...
So I think you all have the history wrong, yeah? Because you were talking about seeing the stoneworks. Remember where Brother Hogan used to live?
That was the first Parliament building.
Huh?
That was the first Parliament building.
Yeah, where the bricks, the ballast from the ships were used to build places. But for all those around doing Old Road was the first British town, and Bastille was the first French. And after the British, after they lost the war, I forgot where the battle was, and the French were expelled. The British then moved to Bastille and took over the town.
1723.
Yeah, but the credit for the other day when I hear Azad say a word, Old Road is ours.
Yes.
Sandy Point might have been, Sandy Point, given its size and whatever, is more developed. But it cannot be. We can't rewrite history.
I wasn't trying to rewrite history. I never said Sandy Point was the first town. I know Old Road to be the first town.
Yeah, but you all don't say so. I used to work with a lot of...
So by your mission, are you saying that we're guilty by your mission?
No, I'm beautiful. Because they should argue me, Henry. I said, no, darling, no.
I recall the home of Brother Hogan. That was the first Parliament building, and that should never have been destroyed. If you're talking about heritage, that should have never been destroyed.
Some of them age and hurricanes,
Yeah, but if you're talking about heritage tourism, right, you preserve these buildings.
So you go, what about the Manchester building? What kind of shape is it in?
That's still there. As a matter of fact, I'm having a calypso tent tomorrow night in one of those buildings on Miller Street.
Yeah, people should know the significance.
Right. The Lantern. As a matter of fact, there's a place that's called the Lantern. That name goes back to Manchester days. There's have lanterns there.
Downing Street in 1931, when they had the housing, the British housing project in the village.
Replicated to St. Johnson Avenue?
That at Sandy Point one was the same time.
I know.
But the trouble is that the Sandy Pointers were unwilling to take up the offer, because if you don't pay, after 3 months you lose. You have to. But
most of them moved to Bastille.
Huh?
Most of them moved to Bastille. The late Stanley Frank told me his family is from Sandy Point. The Malaloos, all those people.
The sugar factory,
the Manchester, yes. And back then, you didn't have the frequency of transportation. You had the trucks that came up in the morning and go back in the afternoon. Lots of bikes.
So you see St. Johnson Village, right on opposite the Methodist place. That is where a number of the Sandy Pointers live. Even Ferdinand also.
They're from Sandy Point?
Yeah. Down where Miss Ashley have the place. The Barrett used to live.
I'm not sure about that location, but at one point, all the head teachers, all the permanent secretaries came from Sandy Point.
mean, all of us ambassadors.
Mr. Tony Ribeiro just celebrated his 95th birthday in New York.
I could also say that they were mixed.
He's from Sandy
There were
Point?
people of mixed. There were people of mixed race. You want to talk race?
Yeah, the French, the Laplace,
Thank you.
the Griots, etc.
Thank you.
You-
Yes, so that there's a connection between St. John's Village, the village, Russell Village,
And down the
with
street?
The partner had a shop, and Sandy Pointers.
Down the street, that's
because
correct.
according to what I hear, my grandmother, so they come from Anguilla, but they live Sandy Point and went Nevis. I don't know the story go.
You know what?
But they're related to Sandy Pointers.
This so sweet maybe all the time, but he didn't realize.
You know, so.
Anyway.
So all old road, stand up for your old road.
Not a problem.
Sandy Point, look, I must give you a credit.
Mm-hmm.
If there is one place in St. Kitts where people take pride of their place, pride of their culture, it is Sandy Point.
Much appreciated. On that note, we do have to go
Them
because
to history.
we're out of time. I want to thank all the folks who made their contribution, whether by text or they were called to this program. We're actually out of time. And God's willing, we'll be back on Friday morning to continue the national debate and dialogue here on Voices 98.5 Win FM. In the meantime, we wish you a much, much better tomorrow. A bag of sugar. This one is for you. Bye now.
Are you ready to turn transactions into treasures? It's time to unlock the triple transformation transaction treasures at Holtzman's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store St. Kitts. With every hire purchase, not only do you get quality furniture, but you also get triple cash back for free groceries. That's right, triple your saving, triple your transformation. Imagine a home beautifully furnished and a pantry stocked to the brim, all in one go. Our expert staff is standing by, ready to guide you to the pieces that will make your dream home a reality. Hospital Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store St. Kitts, where quality meets affordability. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Visit our showrooms today and start your journey from transactions to treasure. Hospital Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store St. Kitts, transforming home one transaction at a time. Visit us today and experience the triple transformation transaction treasures.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.